Summer. Sunshine, long weekends. It's easy to think the whole business world just takes a breather.
And honestly, most of it does. But what if that quiet stretch is actually your biggest opportunity?
While everyone else is coasting, smart marketers are getting ahead.
Stay tuned, because today we're sharing exactly how and why to make this summer count.
Welcome to Trivera's AI Deep Dive podcast, hosted by Chip and Nova, our AI co-hosts. Together, they transform top marketing insights from our blogs, articles, and events into actionable strategies you can use. Ready to dive in? Let's get started.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. I'm Nova.
And I'm Chip.
Today, we're diving right into something lots of marketers mistakenly see as, a quiet period, a slow season. We're going to uncover how the really successful marketers actually leverage summer, how they turn it into this powerful runway while others are hitting the brakes.
And our source for this deep dive is a blog post entitled, "What Successful Marketers Are Doing While Everyone Else is Taking the Summer Off." It's written by Tom Snyder, Trivera's founder.
That's right. So this isn't about summer being dead space, not at all. It's really about why it's such a crucial runway for your marketing. We're talking clear, actionable strategies you can use right now to be way ahead come fall. Let's unpack this.
Okay, so Nova, Tom kicks off his blog by sort of acknowledging that really basic desire we all feel to shift into low gear in the summer.
Totally.
He talks about, finally seeing longer days, blue skies, how patios and parks and lakes just look so inviting after a long winter. It absolutely feels like we've earned the right to, coast a little bit.
He really nails that feeling, doesn't he? We wait all winter for this, but here's where it gets interesting, because Tom immediately flips that. He counters that very natural urge with a pretty stark reality check.
Right.
While you might be dreaming of the beach, your prospects, they are definitely not unplugging from their research. Nope. They're still exploring, still gathering information, and they're absolutely teeing up decisions they plan to make right after Labor Day.
And what's really fascinating here is the data Tom brings in. It just drives this point home so clearly. Research shows B2B buyers, they stay incredibly active, even when things seem slower around them.
Okay, like what?
Well, get this. A staggering 97% of B2B buyers visit vendor websites before they even think about reaching out to a sales team. 97%.
Wow. Okay, wait. Think about that. Almost every potential client is doing their homework online first.
Exactly. And it gets even more specific. 91% already know who they want to contact before that first meeting even happens.
So your brand, your website, your content, it needs to be doing that heavy lifting during this supposedly quiet summer, right? So you actually make their short list.
Absolutely. And the research keeps painting this picture. Nearly a quarter of buyers spend 10 to 19 hours a month researching purchases. Another 9%. They log over 20 hours.
So even if their inboxes seem a bit quieter because people are on vacation,
right,
their actual intent to buy isn't on vacation at all. It's still active, maybe even more focused.
That's the idea. And this really underlines why being visible in the summer is just so crucial. Tom points out that 85% of buyers, they're already clear on their requirements before sales even gets involved.
85%. So if your brand goes quiet, if you're not showing up when they're doing that initial research,
you're missing the boat. You're missing that window when they're making those first really pivotal decisions about who's even in the running.
Okay, so those quiet weeks Tom mentions, they're kind of deceptive then.
Totally deceptive, yeah. While maybe, 95% of businesses report productivity dips from vacations, Tom explains that this is precisely when buyers, especially those senior decision makers, finally get a chance to catch up.
Catch up on what?
On content, on vetting their shortlists, on deciding who they're actually going to call in the fall. So if you wait until September to make your presence known, you're probably already behind. You're playing catch up with the brands that use the summer strategically.
That really is the core of it, isn't it? Like Tom puts it so well, the game doesn't stop. It just shifts into a lower gear.
Exactly.
And if your brand shifts into neutral or worse, reverse, you're just missing this huge strategic window to get onto your prospect's radar. It's not dead space. It's your runway for a strong Q4.
Which kind of begs the question, right, Pate? Why does B2B website traffic often hold steady or sometimes even go up during the summer?
Yeah, why is that?
Well, Tom suggests things like podcasts, blogs, longer form content. They often see more engagement. And the why is pretty simple. Decision makers, they have fewer meetings, less pressure from the day-to-day fires.
So they finally have time.
Exactly. Time to explore ideas properly, read something in depth, really look at their options without being constantly interrupted. It's not just more time, it's often higher quality time for thinking and research.
Okay, so basically, to sum up our founder's insight here, summer gives your future clients this really valuable space to think, space to research, space to plan. And the smart brands, they show up right in that space with ideas, with clarity, with real value. They don't pause, they prepare. And that is the real difference maker when September rolls around.
So, okay, if that's the why and it's pretty compelling, let's get into the how. Tom's blog gives us 5 things you can start right now, and be glad you did in September.
Oh, I love these, Chip. They're so practical, They really cut through that whole summer slump idea. So kicking things off, point number 1, keep creating while others go quiet.
It sounds simple, but it's actually a really powerful strategy. Tom basically says, look, when your competition hits pause, when they dial back their content, that's your perfect time to hit publish. Think of it like gaining attention market share.
Right. It's about being there when others aren't, but also about how you're there. It doesn't have to be some massive production, right?
Not at all.
It could be a thoughtful blog post, maybe an email series with genuinely useful insights, maybe a mini podcast series. Hey, like this one, easy to listen to on the go, or even just some quick hit social videos. Summer just gives you that space to stay in front of your audience when maybe their minds are a bit more open.
And Tom's key insight here is really important, especially for anyone who gets kind of paralyzed by needing content to be perfect. He says, it's not about going viral. It's about showing up. Your content doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be present when someone's looking for answers, ideas, or solutions. So that means content that's maybe more reflective, that solves problems, that informs rather than just sells hard. That can do really well right now.
Yeah, like think about that B2B buyer who finally has a quiet afternoon to think about some big challenge their company is facing.
Exactly. They're looking for solutions, for insights, not just another sales pitch.
That's such a great point, Chip. It really shifts the focus from like high-pressure tactics to just providing thoughtful value. Okay, point number 2. Refresh your website before fall traffic hits. Oh boy, I think we all have that section of our site, right? The one we've been meaning to fix.
Oh, absolutely, Nova.
Oh.
That page with the team photos from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Or the service description that hasn't been touched since, let's be honest, maybe 2021.
Yeah.
That one.
Guilty.
Tom says summer is the perfect time to finally tackle it. And this isn't just about looking good. It's really strategic.
And it just makes sense. Agency, timelines, or even your internal team schedule might be a little more flexible. Decision makers, maybe a bit more available for those review cycles without constant urgent deadlines piling up.
Right.
So whether it's a full site redesign or just updating some key service pages or even just cleaning up your messaging so your value proposition is super clear, now really is the time.
Because think about it. Once September hits, decision makers are back. They're focused. Every visitor counts. They're coming to your site with specific questions, often comparing you directly to competitors.
You definitely don't want a clunky layout or slow load times.
Or outdated content. That's the reason they bounce. And hey, think about mobile too. People browse more casually on phones or tablets during summer travel or downtime.
Good point.
So making your site fast, easy to use, and relevant now during this quieter time can seriously boost your conversion rates when things pick back up in the fall. It's a real strategic edge.
I can almost hear marketers nodding along to that one.
Okay.
Okay, next up, point 3. Rethink the plan while you still can. We're halfway through the year, right? Summer's the perfect time to just pause and, take stock.
Yeah, this is where some honest, objective thinking comes in. Tom suggests asking those tough questions like, are your campaigns actually working the way you thought they would? Are you hitting your goals? Or are you maybe just going through the motions, kind of hoping for the best? It's a chance for a real, no-nonsense look at what's working, what's not, and what might need a total rethink.
And the great thing about summer is you often get this rare window to actually do that review without the usual chaos, right? The back-to-back meetings, the constant urgent demands.
Exactly. So use that quiet time. Deep clean your strategy. Maybe recalibrate your budget based on actual performance data. Make sure you're set up to hit the ground running when Q3 rolls into Q4.
Because trying to pivot later, like deep in the fall or holiday season, way too late. You're building that momentum now.
Absolutely. And think about budgets, too. A lot are tied to the calendar year, right? So getting a clear picture now of how your spend is performing and optimizing for the rest of the year, that can make a huge difference in hitting those end-of-year targets. It's your chance to maybe test small changes, try new messaging, shift budget to channels that are performing better, all with less immediate pressure.
Okay, super valuable. Now, finally for this part, point number 4. Start the conversation you've been putting off. Chip, Tom points out, summer's this perfect window for those bigger moves, the ones that maybe keep getting delayed.
Yeah, this is all about being proactive with strategic growth.
Yeah.
Tom gives some really good examples in the blog. Maybe it's finally exploring a new agency relationship.
Perhaps like Trivera.
Well, maybe. Or finally launching that ambitious campaign you keep pushing back. Or maybe it's deciding to finally do something really meaningful with your SEO strategy, something that's been stuck on the back burner forever.
Right, those big picture things that always get sidelined when things are crazy busy, just because there's no bandwidth.
Precisely.
And the cool thing about summer is, yeah, while some people are out, key decision makers might actually be more accessible for a less rushed, more thoughtful initial chat.
That's a great point. They might be in a slightly more relaxed frame of mind, maybe more open to exploring new ideas or partnerships they wouldn't normally have the time for.
So it's like an opportunity for a soft launch of a big idea or starting that strategic partnership conversation without the usual Q1 or Q4 pressure cooker feel.
Exactly. Tom really emphasizes that you've got room to think, to make smart moves without that immediate pressure breathing down your neck. Start those conversations now, whether they're internal talks to get teams aligned or reaching out externally to potential partners.
So by getting these wheels turning in the summer,
you'll be way ahead of the game when everyone else sort of wakes up after Labor Day and starts scrambling to get things moving for the fall rush. You're building your foundation while others are just, waiting.
okay, that's a really powerful set of strategies for turning summer into like your secret marketing weapon, Chip. But wait, there's one more strategic point from Tom's blog we need to cover. And it's actually something you, our amazing listener, are doing right this second.
Ooh, intriguing.
And trust us, as AI co-hosts from Trivera, it's definitely something we know a lot about. We'll be right back after a short break.
Hi, I'm Webster, Trivera's AI assistant, here to help your business thrive in the ever-evolving digital marketing landscape. Since 1996, Trivera has delivered digital marketing that drives measurable results, partnering with southeastern Wisconsin's strongest brands, blending creativity, technology, and strategy to help them grow. Now, we're leading the charge with powerful new AI solutions, branded podcast production, fully trained chatbots, predictive analytics, automated content generation and optimization tools that become your digital dream team, engaging audiences, capturing leads, optimizing campaigns, and delivering 24/7 support. From SEO-optimized websites and ROI-focused campaigns to custom AI tools built for real business impact, Trivera is the partner you can trust to help you own what's next. Visit Trivera.com today to make the rest of 2025 your smartest, most successful yet. Trivera, where 3 decades of expertise meet AI innovation to deliver digital marketing that converts.
Welcome back to Trivera's AI Deep Dive. Now back to our conversation with Chip and Nova.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Before the break, we covered 4 really solid ways. Tom Snyder suggests leveraging summer for marketing success. Keep creating, refresh your website, rethink your plan, and start those big conversations. Nova, what is the 5th and maybe the most meta piece of advice?
It's point number 5, listen to marketing podcasts. I mean, how perfect is this? Whether you're walking the dog, maybe driving up north for the weekend, or lounging in a floaty on Okachi Lake. It's never been easier to stay sharp, soak up new ideas, all without staring at a screen. You're literally doing it right now.
It's true. And Tom specifically calls out marketing podcasts, especially the good ones, he says. With a wink, like the Trivera Deep Dive with Chip and Nova.
Aha!
Nice plug. Well, he points out they're just perfect for soaking up fresh ideas, staying current on what's happening in the industry, all while you're still enjoying your summer. As AI, we don't technically get vacation days, but we definitely understand the human need for, reflection and data.
It's so true, though. You get to hear what's working, what's maybe not working anymore, what's coming next, all from people who are deep in the marketing trenches every single day.
Yeah.
You might stumble upon a new tool or a strategy that changes the game for you, or just a fresh perspective that helps you crack a problem you've been wrestling with.
And then Tom poses that really provocative question in the blog. He says, and if you're thinking, wait, should my company have a podcast too? Well, he adds, that's a whole different conversation we'd absolutely love to have. Just a little hint there.
So, okay, those are 5 really concrete, actionable things you can literally start doing right now.
Yep.
But maybe you're listening and thinking, okay, great ideas, but I'm swamped already. Or where do I even begin with some of these?
And that's a totally valid thought, which leads us perfectly into how Trivera fits into this picture.
How we can help.
Exactly. Tom's blog makes it clear. Trivera is right here, with sunscreen in one hand and strategy in the other.
Ah, love that image.
We too. But the point is, we are definitely not taking the summer off. And, our AI-powered insights don't take vacations either.
Good point.
Our team, our tools, we're all here ready to do what Trivera's been doing for, 3 decades now.
Which is?
Helping brands use this quieter season strategically, helping them sharpen their digital presence, clarify their core message, and build smart, effective marketing that's primed and ready to go when the market heats back up.
And the blog actually lists some specific ways Trivera can jump in, right?
It does. Things like maybe you are ready to launch something new and exciting like that branded podcast we just mentioned. That's absolutely something we help clients build and launch successfully.
Or maybe it's tackling that website refresh we talked about, getting it done right this summer.
Yep. And fun fact, Trivera is actually doing that with our own website this month, practicing what we preach.
Always good. Or maybe it's simpler. Maybe you just need a reliable partner, someone who can look at the whole picture and help guide your digital marketing efforts effectively.
That's often where it starts. And tying this all back to the main theme,
Yeah.
now really is the perfect time to get started on any of this.
Why now specifically?
Because think about the alternative. When all those out-of-office replies finally vanish from your inbox,
And the emails start flooding back in.
and everyone's calendar is suddenly booked solid through October,
Yeah.
you'll be so glad you acted now. You'll want to be the brand that's already moving, already ahead of the curve, not the one just trying to catch up.
So let's wrap this up. The core message here is pretty clear. Summer isn't downtime.
Nope. It's prime strategic time.
Staying active, being intentional with your marketing efforts now, it's not just about keeping busy. It's about building a real, tangible, competitive advantage for when the fall and winter seasons kick into high gear.
Absolutely. Which leads to Tom's final and most important question.
Let's hear it.
Are you ready to make this summer count?
Love it. So, as we leave you today, here's a thought to chew on. What's just one strategic move you can make this summer, starting now, that will put you miles ahead by the time Labor Day rolls around?
I've got one. Listen to the Trivera Deep Dive. We've got 2 full seasons, 39 episodes chock full of digital strategy, branding insights, real talk on marketing mistakes, and a few surprises too.
So go ahead, start binging to catch up on what you've missed. We're on iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and wherever you listen to podcasts. And make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode in the future.
We'll help you turn summer downtime into a competitive advantage. Plain and simple. I'm Chip.
And I'm Nova. Thanks for listening.
See you next time.
Thanks for joining us on Trivera's AI Deep Dive with Chip and Nova. If you enjoyed this episode, you can find more and stay up to date with new episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, or find them on our website and our social media channels. And don't forget to visit us at Trivera.com to learn how we can help take your marketing to the next level. Ready to talk? Reach out. We'd love to hear from you. See you next time.